All right, so we are back with you on Facebook and on YouTube. But we had an interruption, but here's the reason why. We didn't mess anything up. It was we got kicked off of Facebook because of copyrights, I believe. I don't know. I don't know, Dr. Sean. Do you know? I mean, I don't have an answer other than I think Tim played his music too loud. That's all I can think of. So we're going to have a great time as we get ready for the second ball game here this afternoon. We've already had a great game earlier today. We had the Greenville Bears. They advanced to the finals coming up on Friday or Thursday. I keep saying Friday. It'll be on Thursday, and they're going to take on the winner of this game between Doniphan and Twin Rivers. And I believe that this game is going to be really good, and I don't think either team is going to jump out to a big lead. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but both teams, they won it. Doniphan has their number one on the mound. Twin Rivers has a freshman who has earned this spot. It should be a lot of fun coming up very shortly.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game, and honestly, I'm excited for Thursday. You know, the way Greenville's been playing, it's going to be fun to watch on Thursday what Greenville can do.
I get to call her out, Dr. Megan. She's from Greenville, so I can only imagine how stoked she is to see her alma mater play for a conference championship yet again. They won it last year, and now they have a chance coming up once again on Thursday.
Yep, I actually saw my father-in-law, her dad, commented on Facebook, go Greenville, so that was cool to see him watching too.
Absolutely. So we are back, and do me a favor, if you're watching us right now on the new Facebook feed, drop us a line, if you don't mind, in the comments section. Let us know that you can hear everything, see everything, and let's get ready for game number 2 of the afternoon. This is game 5 in all, and we're going to have a great time in just a moment. The audience is coming back. That is good. A lot of folks switching over on YouTube as well, and we are about ready for the opening pitch, and we'll have Tim take off the video ads, and we'll have him zoom in there to home plate as Coach Newman is meeting with the plate umpire Brian Chilton. The field umpire is going to be Heath Hutchinson. There we go. So, yeah, now the fans are back with us. We appreciate everybody coming back here today. We had a small issue with our video stream because we got kicked off because Tim is playing that hardcore country music, apparently. Facebook don't like that. So there's the handshake there by the coaches. We've got a replay monitor here in the booth. And before we get started, let's talk a little bit about day one chiropractic and sports injuries. And you guys do a lot, and you specialize actually when it comes to sports injuries.
Yeah, that's kind of where my passion lies, and it's kind of cool being able to treat not only high school athletes, but I see some of the athletes from Three Rivers too. So it's pretty cool to be out here today. Thankfully nobody's gotten injured yet today that I've noticed. So, but it's not all about treating injuries. It's about also getting your body as best as it can be to perform, as best as you can. So not only, healing and treating injuries, but, kind of preventative and maintenance and kind of giving your body the best chance to perform as optimal as possible.
Absolutely, and we are about ready to get ready for the opening pitch here. We'll have starting lineups in just a moment. You heard from each coach earlier on. They were telling us what they want to see happen in this ball game, and we're going to see if each team is able to make their adjustments. We had a big audience on Facebook during the Greenville ball game. We are expecting that same audience here to come back during this game as these two teams will meet up, and the winner will move on to Thursday. All right, it is now sorry about that. All right, so let's get ready for our starting lineups here. Doniphan, they are the away team. It is now our starting lineups here this afternoon. And much like yesterday, they're about the same. Leading off for the Doniphan Dons at center field, it is Maddox Baucom batting second at left field. Keaton Wilcott batting third. He'll be the pitcher. It is J.D. Burton batting cleanup. He'll play shortstop here today as Keaton Kepley did a great job on the mound yesterday for the Doniphan Dons. Batting fifth at third base is Emmett Jones. Batting sixth, he'll be at second base. That is Ben Killian. Batting seventh, the DH man, Lane Dean. Batting eighth at right field, it is Blake Lewis. And batting ninth, he'll be the catcher, Garrett Griffin. Not batting, but playing first base, it is Lane Allen. Now let's take a look at the outfield, the defense here for the Twin Rivers Royals. In right field, Brett Robards. In left field is Jake Hester. Over in center field, Bryce Thurman. In the infield, third baseman is Drew Solomon. Shortstop here this afternoon is Warren Thurman. Over at second base, it is Carter Williams. At first base, Luke Hester. Behind the plate and catching is Caden Aker. And on the mound for the Twin Rivers Royals, you've got Bo Lilly. He is a freshman. He is 2-0 this season. He has pitched 20 1/3 innings, giving up 16 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. He has walked 12 batters, struck out 28, and he has hit no batters as well. So those are the numbers for this ball game coming up, and we are about ready for the opening pitch. I think as long as I'm talking, it's okay, I think. Who knows? I can't, sometimes I can't for the life of me understand Facebook. So here we go. Here is the opening pitch. We are underway, and there's a swing and a miss. So here we go as we get set for this game coming up here. There's a fly ball. This one going to be chased by the first baseman. The ball comes down and got him. A good catch by the first baseman, Luke Hester. And there is a quick out to begin the top part of the inning. That is an F3. What do you think about that catch down the first base line?
Well, to be honest, that dugout's right in the way. I didn't know if he caught it or not. So.
You mean you couldn't see that?
No, and I'm kind of wondering how you did.
I saw the umpire make the call.
Oh, that makes sense.
So now here is the next batter on the way. Keaton Wilcott takes ball one up a little high. Wilcott here this season for the Doniphan Dons. He is batting .328. He's got 9 RBIs. He has also scored 19 runs. This one is outside for a ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Twin Rivers coming in to this ball game. They are the number one seed in this tournament.
Ball there in the dirt.
So 2 balls here, or 3 balls rather, here and no strikes. And here is the next pitch on the way to Wilcott, and this one is taken outside for a ball. So the second batter of the inning is now on base, and that's one thing that Coach Newman doesn't want to do is walk any batters. And now J.D. Burton, he is the pitcher for the Doniphan Dons. He will come up to the plate batting .276. No homers, but 20 RBIs, and takes ball one a little high here this afternoon. So Bo Lilly on the mound here for the Twin Rivers Royals. Only a freshman, but he's earned his start. You heard Coach Newman during the pregame. There's a strike called. Brian Chilton behind the plate this afternoon in this game, and Heath Hutchinson, he is in the field. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one has popped up and going to get out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Our broadcast presented by GYT 90. That's Grow Your Trophy 90. It is a soybean oil deer attractant that provides over 90 essential minerals to your deer herd. GYT 90, it is the treat that deer can't resist. Go to GYT90.com or like them on Facebook. Sharply hit ball, and this one winds up in left field. Good job by the shortstop. Warren Thurman tried to keep that ball in play. And a base hit, a 1-out base hit, 2 on, 1 down, and now Keaton Kepley coming up to the plate. Kepley last night, or yesterday, He pitched an amazing ball game for the Doniphan Dons. And we'll see what he does here at this at-bat coming up. Kepley batting .413, and he's going to rip it down the first base line and going to go foul. You look at Kepley and what he's been able to do so far this season at .371. He's got 23 RBIs. He's got RBIs sitting on first and second base.
Yeah, I think as a 5 seed, it's important to get some runs on the board this first inning. You know, make a statement and try to get this win.
These two teams met up once before already, and Twin Rivers got the win in extra innings. Doniphan coming in, averaging 8 runs a ball game. They're giving up 6 runs a ball game. Twin Rivers is only giving up around 3 runs a ball game.
Wow.
This one is up high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not as many fans here for this ball game as I would think there would be. A lot of folks tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, though. That is some good news. There's a swing and a miss. He went up high. Good pitch by the freshman, Bo Lilly. Our broadcast presented by Big 3 Athletics, our proud supporters of the Ozark Foothills, Black River League, and Big Spring Conference. Make sure and follow Big 3 Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here is the 1-2 pitch. This one got him in the shoulder area, and now the bases are loaded. Much like yesterday, Neelyville got off to a bad start against Doniphan. Doniphan never looked back, and now Emmett Jones is coming up to the plate. Jones had a good game yesterday. It's going to bring out Coach Chris Newman, and we'll see what Newman wants to do right now. If you're watching us on Facebook, let us know what team you're going for this afternoon. Bo Lilly, I can only imagine that with Twin Rivers being the number 1 seed, expectations are high in this tournament. Maybe a little bit of nerves getting to the freshman. I think if he's able to settle down, we still have a long way to go in this ball game.
Definitely. Last game we had a freshman on the mound too, and you know it's got to be a lot of nerves for a freshman to stand up there and start this game today.
Emmett Jones coming up now, batting .220 on the season. He's got 12 RBIs, and he's got a big chance here to do some damage in this first inning. This one is up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, nowhere to put Emmett Jones. By the way, Emmett plays a great basketball as well. He's a good basketball player. There's ball 2, a little bit low and away. So 2 balls and no strikes now.
Got to calm down, collect himself there. He's kind of rushing.
Kind of rushing a little bit here, but that's to be expected early in this one. There's a swing and a miss. Way to come back with the pitch. The best part about calling the OFC tournament is we don't have a dog in the fight, and we just want to see good competition.
Yeah.
Strike 2 on the outside, a part of the plate. So Jones now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded here in the first inning. Doniphan trying to break through. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Way to come back on that one. So just like that, 2 down in the inning. That's a big strikeout there by Bo Lilly.
I'll tell you what, if he can come back and get this guy too, that's a huge momentum boost going into the bottom of the inning.
It really is. Ben Killian now, the ball gets away, and Doniphan, good job by Caden Aker, the catcher. He is able to get the ball as it bounces back to him. 1 ball and no strikes. So Ben Killian coming up to the plate, batting .232 this season, 11 RBIs. Just misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes now. So Twin Rivers as the 1 seed, trying to advance for a repeat of last year to take on Greenville. This one is outside. Nowhere to put him. 3 balls and no strikes. So we'll see if Bo Lilly is able to come back here. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Hitters count here. I would imagine that Killian takes this pitch.
Yeah, you got to see a strike here.
This one, it's in the dirt. So a run will come in. And now Doniphan leads 1-0. 2 walks in the inning, a hit by pitch, and they've only gotten 1 hit in this ball game. Doniphan now leads 1-0. Just misses for the ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 22 pitches here in the inning. This one gets away again, and this time no throw. And Doniphan now is going to come in, and they lead 2-0. And we're going to get another pitching, another coach's visit coming out here, and that might be all for Bo Lilly. Coach is going to have to go to the bullpen early, and Bo Lilly is going to switch positions. We'll see who he gives the ball to now. So Twin Rivers is down a couple of runs. Bo Lilly is going to wind up in right field. And instead, it's going to be the new pitcher on the mound. It will be Drew Solomon. Solomon's going to come in for Twin Rivers. So with that being said, Drew Solomon, he has pitched 40 2/3 innings so far this year. He has given up 31 hits, 17 runs, 14 earned. He's walked 10, struck out 43. Earned run average is 2.410. He is 6-2 on the season. So not the way Coach Newman wanted to begin this ball game, having to pull his pitcher, his starting pitcher, to begin the ball game. As Doniphan, they now lead 2-0, still runners on second and third base.
Yeah, I think that was the right decision, though. You got a freshman on the mound struggling with his command, so I think that was a good call to pull him now and, let him live to pitch another day, right?
Absolutely. Still a lot of ball game here to play. 2-0 now. Twin Rivers trails here in the early part of the game. This broadcast presented by Liberty. It is a proud supporter of the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament. We want to wish good luck to all the teams competing for the championship. Liberty, sustaining energy and water for life. And brought to you by the Shooter Shack. At Shooter Shack Outdoors, you'll find everything you need for shooting, including suppressors, rifles, shotguns, handguns, ammunition, also knives, scopes, slings, and so much more. Don't forget that Kevin buys, sells, and trades for all firearms at Shooter Shack Outdoors, located on Shelby Road in Poplar Bluff. So now here we go, the 7th man to bat in the inning, and this will belong to the DH man, Lane Dean. Dean coming in, batting .316, 9 RBIs here this season. So now Drew Solomon is on the mound, and here we go. He takes ball 1 outside. So there you go, 1 ball and no strikes. There's a strike right down at Grand Central Avenue. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 down here in the inning. Bo Lilly threw 21 pitches, and this one is right back to Drew Solomon, who is able to flip it over to the first baseman. And that is how this inning comes to an end. 2 runs on 1 hit. They strand a couple of runners. We are going to the bottom of inning number 1. It is a 2-0 score right now by the Doniphan Dons. You look at what Twin Rivers was able to do. Doniphan did get off to a pretty good start, scoring the 2 runs on just 1 hit, and they would strand 2 runners. No strikeouts here, a couple of walks, a hit by pitch. Bo Lilly threw 21 pitches, and then you look at Solomon came in, and he would throw just 3 pitches to get out of the inning. So now we are back to the bottom half of inning number 1. Let's look at the offense here by Twin Rivers, down by 3 runs. Leading off will be Warren Thurman. Also batting second is Price Thurman. He is a center fielder. Batting third, Drew Solomon. Batting cleanup is Luke Hester. Batting fifth, Jake Hester. Both are brothers, by the way. They're sophomores. Batting in the 6th spot, Bo Lilly. Batting 7th, Brett Robards. Batting 8th is Caden Aker. And batting 9th, Logan Jones. Not batting but playing second base, it is Carter Williams. Now looking at Doniphan in the outfield. Over in right field, Blake Lewis. In left field is Keaton Wilcott. Playing center field today is Maddox Balcom. Along the infield at third base this afternoon for the Doniphan Dons, it is Emmett Jones at shortstop today. It is Keaton Kepley at second base for the Dons. It is Ben Killian over at first base this afternoon. First baseman's going to be Lane Allen. Behind the plate for the Dons, it is Garrett Griffin. And on the mound here this afternoon for the Doniphan Dons, you've got J.D. Burton. He is coming in 5-2 this season with a ERA of 4.468. He has pitched 31 1/3 innings, giving up 23 hits, 20 runs, 20 of them earned. He has walked 22, struck out 51, and he's hit a couple of batters so far this season. So here we go. The leadoff man takes him out towards center field, and one pitch and one out as the Doniphan center fielder Maddox Bonkum, he is able to come in and make a really good catch for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, got to feel good. Score 2 runs in the top of the first and get one pitch, one out here. It's a great start for Doniphan.
So that one goes F8 on the out. We talked about Doniphan and their scoring. There's a pop fly. This one back-to-back pop flies, and Emmett Jones, it goes F5, so 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of inning number 1. Drew Solomon now, he will come up to the plate. So quickly here in the inning, Drew Solomon, he is batting .368, and there's a strike called.
I'm okay with that, though. Take a pitch here.
This one is fouled away to the screen. So quickly now, 2 balls, or make that no balls and 2 strikes. Boy, Doniphan's not messing around here in the first inning. Drew Solomon coming in now, batting .368. He's got 37 RBIs to his name this fall season. This one's popped up. Emmett Jones is calling everybody off, or the pitcher's going to call everybody off. J.D. Burton, and that is what you call a 5-pitch inning. This one goes right back to the pitcher, and just like that, Twin Rivers is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We go to the top of inning number 2. Doniphan leads at 2-0. You're listening to the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. We are back here this afternoon. Our broadcast presented by Christian Automotive and Tire. Christian Automotive and Tire stocks the quality name brand tires that you know and trust. Christian Automotive and Tire has ASE certified mechanics with the right training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Find them on Business 67 South at the end of the 4-lane in Poplar Bluff. Call 573-785-0208. Also being brought to you by Hester Trucking. They are located in Brosley, family owned and operated for 4 generations. Available for all your dump truck needs, asphalt, rock, dirt, and haul. And they even spread lime. Call Randy, Jason, Sean, or Devin at 328-1160. It is Hester Trucking, a proud supporter of the OFC. And, of course, the boys, Jake and Luke Hester here this afternoon. So here we go as we are back here to live action. And Blake Lewis is now coming up for the Doniphan Dons. Lewis here this season. Lewis, he is batting .222. And there's a swing and a miss, and we are underway here in the top of inning number 2. So 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of inning number 2. Strike two, good pitch by Drew Solomon, who has come in relief. Bo Lilly could not get out of the first inning. He does pitch 2/3 of an inning. There's a ground ball hit sharply out to the shortstop. They're going to have to hurry, and got him by a step. Warren Thurman on the catch there. Great job by him, and there is one down here in the top of inning number 2. A bang-bang play over at first base.
Yeah, that was a close one, but he collected himself, made a good throw across the field, and one out.
So that one goes at 6-3 on the out, and now Garrett Griffin going to come up to the plate. Griffin, a freshman, and he's going to go right back to Thurman on the hop. Thurman over to first base and got him. Good play by the first baseman for Twin Rivers, Luke Hester. He has to come off the bag and still able to make the tag.
That was great.
Tim's even giving me a look of impressment there. That was a bang-bang play. Great job by Thurman taking that on a hop and able to get that ball to first base. This one for ball outside. I was going to say up in this inning, very few pitches. Here is pitch number 7 in the inning. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a strike. Good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Doniphan leads 2-0 here in the top of inning number 2. I was going to say Solomon living on the outside part of that plate. As we are back to the top of the lineup with Maddox Bockham. Popped out to the pitcher his first time up. And he did it again. Good job by Solomon over to first base in time. And that is only a 9-pitch inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Twin Rivers trails 2-0. Coming up for the Royals, 4, 5, and 6, it'll be Luke and Jake Hester, and Bo Lilly is all due up for Twin Rivers. You're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Our broadcast presented by White Sanders Funeral Home in Fisk and Culin. It is a family-owned business committed to providing personalized service for all families with compassion, dignity, and respect. Jim and Kathy Sanders are proud to be a supporter of the community. It is White Sanders Funeral Home in Fisk and Culin. Call 573-967-3300. And being brought to you by Cornell Trucking. For the past 50 years, family owned and operated, Cornell Trucking has been your dependable hauling and delivery company. Whether you need dirt, rock, sand, or everything in between, call the name you know and trust. Cornell Trucking, 967-3958. Let's go Royals. For all your hauling needs, call Cornell Trucking at 967-3958. So now we are about to get ready for the top, or make that bottom of inning number 2. And coming up to the plate now, it is Luke Hester. He is batting .351 this season. 1 dinger, or make that 3 dingers and 21 RBIs. And right now, Twin Rivers are just trying to get something going as they trail Doniphan right now by a score of 2-0 here in the bottom of inning number 2. Here is J.D. Burton, only threw 5 pitches in that first inning, so I would imagine Coach Newman told his team to be more patient at the plate this inning.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine only taking 5 pitches. Yeah, you got to see some pitches here and make the pitcher work a little bit. 1
ball, 1 strike. That one is taken out of play, rather. We're not in basketball just yet. We will be, though, in about a month or so.
Yeah, it's exciting.
1 ball and 1 strike. There's a fly ball. This one out toward the shortstop. Doniphan is able to make that play. So quickly now, one down here in the inning. And that one goes F6 on the out. Good catch by Keaton Kepley. He was the pitcher yesterday for Doniphan. And this one is down the third base line. Gonna go foul. Good rip by Jake Hester, who is coming in batting .347. 26 RBIs he has on the season. J.D. Burton threw only 5 pitches last inning. He's already at 9 for the ball game. Just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Count is even now at 1-1. Outside for another ball. Boy, both pitchers, J.D. Burton and Drew Solomon, both liking the outside part of the plate here today early on.
Yeah, I think that's why we're getting a lot of weak contact. Besides that foul ball, there really hasn't been any good contact yet.
This one fouled away back to the screen. Kimberly Dowland says, let's go Royals. I believe in you is what she says. Make sure and hit that share button for us. We had to switch to a different stream. We got kicked off. We almost got put in Facebook jail. Tim plays the wrong type of music, apparently. This one is down the first base line. It is fair. And Hester now is going to round first, and he'll stay put. It is a 1-out hit for the sophomore. Jake Hester now is on first base, and Bo Lilly coming up to the plate now. Lilly batting .362, 17 RBIs this year. So J.D. Burton giving up his first hit of the ball game for Twin Rivers, and they've got a man on, down by 2 runs here in the make that second inning. This one is outside for another ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Our broadcast presented by Stan Bader Truss, family owned and operated for 37 years for residential and commercial and all types of wood trusses. It is Stan Bader. They have been building wood trusses for 47 years. Throw back to first base is not in time. For more information, call 573-328-4150 or contact them on Facebook. 1 ball and no strikes here. Bo Lilly, he gets a hold of this one. This one out towards center field. It drops in for a base hit. So 2 runners on with 1 down here in the inning. Back-to-back hits. And Lilly now is standing on first base. Jake Hester, he'll go over to second base. Boy, Twin Rivers now as Brett Robards comes up to the plate. Robards, he is batting .258, 8 RBIs. Big opportunity here for him.
Yeah, definitely, and that's got to feel really good for Lilly there after starting the game a little with control issues on the mound to get that base hit.
Strike 1 called. A good pitch. Way to come back by J.D. Burton. You know, we were talking to the head coach, Dalton Pennington, before the game started, and he told me that his team is relaxed. They are loose. They're playing that way. A little bit of adversity right now with runners on first and second with 1 out. Here is the 0-1 pitch. This one up high for a ball. Count is even now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a great afternoon all way around for high school baseball. The clouds have kind of moved in a little bit. I like that. We are expecting some rain coming up tomorrow. That's some good news. This one up high for another ball. 2 balls and a strike. I was told even if we get rain tomorrow, we're not expecting the game to be postponed on Thursday. So all goes well, we'll have a good championship game on Thursday.
Yeah, as dry as it's been, any rain will probably soak right up.
Yes, it will. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch by J.D. Burton. Up high for a ball. 3 balls and a strike. It's a hitter's count now. You know, J.D. Burton came out of the gate just firing, only throwing 5 pitches in the first inning. He is up to 13 this inning. And bases, or I should say first and second base right now. Here's a 3-1 pitch. There's a pitch on the outside part of the plate, and that's been consistent all ball game long for Twin Rivers and for Doniphan. He just got to adjust.
Yeah, it sure has been. Both pitchers using that outside part of the plate.
So now the runner's being checked on, and this one punches him out. And there is your second out of the ball game, or of the inning rather. So 2 down in the inning. Brett Robards was caught looking. 2 down. First strikeout of the ball game for J.D. Burton. Caden Aker coming up to the plate now. Aker this season batting .286, 9 RBIs. He's got a chance right now to drive in another run. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and a strike to the catcher for Twin Rivers. Pitch number 15 this inning by Burton. This one is up high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Twin Rivers down by a couple of runs, trying to figure out a way to drive in a run here. You don't want to leave ducks on the pond. Time called by J.D. Burton. By the way, Twin Rivers, the softball team is going to play their districts at 5 p.m. today. They play, I believe, Hartville coming up. Good luck to the Lady Royals on their softball team. They're in districts now. This one gets away, and they've got him nailed. Out at third base. It would have been a 2-1 count. We go to the bottom of inning number, or make that top of inning number 3. It is still 2-0 Doniphan. You're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Our broadcast is presented by Southern Care and Comfort, providing assistance to residents which allows them to live in their homes. Their caregivers provide assistance with personal care, household chores, shopping and errands, as well as giving rest breaks to daily caretakers. If you are in need or know someone that could use our help, give us a call at 686-2273. Let our company care for you and your loved ones the way we care for our own. It is Southern Care and Comfort. Call 686-2273. And being brought to you by the Twin Rivers Booster Club. It is a proud supporter of the Royals. Good luck to the Twin Rivers baseball team. So we are getting ready now for the third inning. And right now, Doniphan leads. They lead 2-0 here as we get ready now. And Keaton Wilcott, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 batters all due up. Wilcott, he walked and scored his first time. He takes ball 1 a little bit outside. And we are once again underway here in the top of inning number 3. This one is out toward left field. This one's going to go over the head of the left fielder, and it'll be at least a 2-bagger. It'll be a leadoff double as Jake Hester couldn't come up with it out there in left field. Those of you watching at home, that pesky dugout gets in the way sometimes. We're not able to see it very well. So a leadoff double here by Keaton Wilcott, and that's going to bring up J.D. Burton.
Yeah, that ball was crushed.
He singled and scored his first time. That might be the best hit ball that we have seen this ball game for sure.
Yeah.
Strike
definitely.
1 called. He's showing bunt there, trying to get the runner over to third base. Playing small ball now, being up by a couple of runs.
Yeah, I like that.
This one taken outside, or inside rather, for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's got a sense of a low-scoring game, so
it really does.
any way you can generate some offense, for sure.
And it looks as if, as of right now anyway, it looks like this one gets away from Caden Aker. Throw down to third base. He's not in time. Good base running by Wilcott as he'll wind up on third base now following the pass ball. 2 balls and a strike. So now Doniphan's got their third runner in scoring position for the ball game. Twin Rivers here, high hopes in this tournament, and this one is a little bit low, and that's going to be ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Doniphan has a couple of runs on 2 hits. There's a ground ball hit sharply, gobbled up by the third baseman. Throws to first, and he stumbled. Hope he's okay. Woo! Boy, that was scary.
Yeah, it was.
Stumbled right there on the bag, and you can see it there if you're watching it at home. Luckily, he is okay. That could have been disastrous. A run does score, and Doniphan now leads 3-0. It'll be an RBI as it goes at 5-3. So 3-0 now, Doniphan in this ball game. A leadoff double comes back to help him out. This one is lined over the second baseman's head, and it'll go into center field. So Bryce Thurman quickly now gets it in, and a runner will be on first base. So 2 hits in the inning. J.D. Burton helping his own cause with an RBI hit, or I should say an RBI to third base. Then he stumbles as he went to first. We hope he is okay. We'll see him coming back out in the next inning for sure. This one taken downstairs for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes. So Emmett Jones struck out his first time. Throw back over to first base is not in time. You know, it's amazing here how it's amazing to me that this tournament, you know, this game we knew was going to be intense. And even though it's in the third inning, you feel like even though it's only a 3-run game, that Twin Rivers, the way they're playing right now, they might be playing like it's maybe 14 runs down.
Right, yeah. And they got to come back this next, when they come up to bat next, they got to come back and get some runs, generate some sort of offense for sure. There's
a swing, a foul tip by Emmett Jones.
Doniphan's just taking advantage of every opportunity they've had, and Twin Rivers needs to follow suit.
Dorothy Snyder and Ron Snyder tuning in. There's a strike called. Got caught looking that time. And there is your second out of the inning. Runner on first base still. So Emmett Jones has struck out twice here in the ball game. And now Ben Killian, he walked his first time, is up. Shirley Cheshire says, let's go Royals. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. This one just misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ron Withrow is tuning in. He says, let's go Royals, letting us know the Atlanta Braves are losing 7-3 against Philadelphia. There's a swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, big audience here on Facebook. Glad to have you guys with us. Hit that share button for us. Let us know who you're going for in this game. Runner takes off, and strike 3 is called. Caden Aker was about to throw down anyway. So 1 run on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of inning number 3, and right now it has been all Doniphan as they lead 3-0. You're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by our good friends at Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Our broadcast is presented by Twist and Arrow. They are your full line of archery and hunting equipment from Matthews, Bowtech, PSE, Prime, and Elite. TJ will tune your bow, installing new strings and cables, sights, peeps, or anything else. He will even help you prep for the upcoming hunting season. They are located at the junction of Business 60 and NN Highway just east of Poplar Bluff. Call 785-6914. And being brought to you by Weiss Trucking. Truck drivers, owners, and operators, locally owned and operated for 3 generations to keep you on the road and get back out there within 24-hour roadside service. It is Weiss Truck Repair. The temps may be dropping, so come on down, and for all your winterization needs, they are right across from Ferguson RV. Call them 989-6248. It is 24-hour-7 roadside assistance with Weiss Trucking. So here we go we are in the bottom half of inning number 3 now. And there is a ball taken to Keaton Aker, who was batting last inning, but the runner got picked off, or got caught stealing rather. He'll come up, and there's a swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So in this inning, it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Twin Rivers. They're down 3-0. Doniphan 3 runs on 3 hits. Twin Rivers has no runs on a couple of hits. It is 2 balls and a strike. There's a swing and a miss. Count is even now, 2-2. Twin Rivers here. I don't want to say they're getting desperate for some runs, but they're going to need some here pretty soon.
Yeah, you get the sense that it's now or never. You know, this game has been pretty low scoring so far, so they got to get something going.
And there is a strikeout here. So 1 down here in the inning. Keaton Aker goes down on strikes. So Logan Jones is coming up to the plate now. Jones stepping in. He has played 17 games this season, batting .395, 9 RBIs, and there's a swing. Boy, I'll tell you what, J.D. Burton, he is Doniphan's #1 pitcher, and he is not messing around.
Not at all. He's looking really good so far today, and his stats look pretty good for the whole season.
This strike on the inside, a part of the plate. Good location by J.D. Burton. I don't think anybody was expecting that one.
No, inside. They've been thrown outside all game, coming inside and getting the call.
Just misses downstairs for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down here in the inning. Warren Thurman awaits on deck. Boy, nice crowd here. Not as many as we saw here earlier today, but still a good crowd. At 2 balls and 2 strikes, a great crowd on Facebook. I better switch over to YouTube here. Good crowd on YouTube as well. And there's another strikeout. So 2 down here in the inning. And now we are back to the top of the lineup. So Warren Thurman popped out to center field. He swung at the first pitch last time. He tried to hold up on that swing, but still went enough around to get called for the strike. No balls and a strike. 3-0 right now. Doniphan leads. Thurman, we're back to the top of the lineup here. Warren Thurman batting .339 on the season. Downstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Twin Rivers, they're going to have to get something going here. Only 2 hits in the entire ball game. They stranded 2 runners last inning. In a game like this where we know it's going to be close, you don't want to strand runners for sure, especially those in scoring position.
Absolutely. You know, that pass ball was really right at the catcher's feet, and so that guy took off from second, got thrown out. You don't want to get a third out that way for sure.
No, you don't. Our broadcast presented by Smith Mobile Homes, a proud supporter of the OFC Tournament. They carry a wide variety of parts like doors, windows, plumbing, electrical, and more. From parts, service, and transport, even sales on pre-owned mobile homes. Give them a call. Find them on Old Highway C, or that's Highway C, Old Highway 67, right here in Poplar Bluff. The ball count is 2-2 now. Strike called to Warren Thurman. the leadoff man for Twin Rivers. This one is out in left field. Will drop in for the third hit of the game by Twin Rivers. So a 2-out hit and a runner on first base. And that might be what Twin Rivers needs to get back in this ball game. Bryce Thurman now is coming up to the plate. He is batting .468. He's got 1 homer this season, 22 RBIs. He is a man that can put the other Thurman in scoring position pretty quick. There's a swing. Man, got a foul tip on it, but still going to be a strike. No balls and a strike. Each team with 3 hits. The biggest difference, though, Doniphan, they were able to bring in 3 runs. Here is the 0-1 pitch by Burton. This one inside, runner takes off. Good throw, but he's not in time. Stolen base by Warren Thurman as he winds up on second base. Boy, good aggressive base running here by Twin Rivers. Now they've got to get something down and try to get that runner in. Yeah, I like it. Runner on first. Why not with 2 outs? Take a chance. So now Bryce Thurman with runners in scoring position, batting .515 this season. This one pops straight up. It's headed towards center field, and it's going to drop in for another hit. Back-to-back hits. The aggressive base running by Twin Rivers pays off, and they drive in a run. Yeah, that one must have looked funny coming off the bat. The center fielder took steps backwards first, then had to run in and just couldn't get there in time. So an RBI base hit, and Twin Rivers now is on the board as Drew Solomon popped out to the pitcher his first time up. So now J.D. Burton and the catcher Griffin trying to get on the same page. That was a big hit by Bryce Thurman. Now Drew Solomon coming up, the sophomore. He is up hacking on the first pitch. This one is fouled away to the screen. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. A lot of space there on the right side of the infield. Hester now trying to keep this inning alive. Throw back over on first base is not in time. Zach Hendricks, the runner on first base. Luke up to bat now. Runner on first and third. And this one is going to get away, and the throw in is safe. As Bryce Thurman winds up and scores the second run of the ball game. It's just what they needed. They needed that. It is now a 3-2 ball game. A runner on second base. Starting to sense a little momentum shift here. Just a little bit for sure. So it's now 3-2, or 3-3 rather, as we've got a brand new ball game here. So 3 runs come across. And when 2 runs come across rather. I'm not sure why the scoreboard says at 3-3. It should be 3-2. Anyways, we'll come back, and we'll come back here in the top of the 4th. It is a 3-2 score as Twin Rivers now climbing back in the ball game. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a good finish here. You're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Our broadcast here this afternoon is being brought to you by First Choice Insurance. Just like double plays, having an insurance agent that cares, it's in your corner to make a big difference in your next inning with First Choice Insurance. Regardless of your insurance needs, they can help. Remember to call our friends at First Choice Insurance for the right coverage and protection. It is our family protecting yours. And there we go. We are back to live action. Strike one is called to Lane Dean here in the top of inning number 4. There's a fly ball, this one out to left field, and making the routine catch in left field is Jake Hester. So one down here in the inning as we are in the top of inning number 4. That one goes F7 on the out. So now Blake Lewis is coming up to the plate now. He grounded out to shortstop his first time. Remember, we talked about how important that last inning was for Twin Rivers, and they did rise to the occasion, getting 2 runs back.
Yeah, absolutely, and this inning right here is also important. Come off that good inning and finish it up with another one.
There's a ground ball hit sharply to the shortstop. A long throw, got him, bang, bang play.
Wow.
2 down here in the inning. What a throw by Twin Rivers and the shortstop, Warren Thurman.
Yeah, the left side of this infield, that's about the 4th play they've had to make a laser across the diamond, and they've done just that. Great defense there.
Thank you so much, Ron, letting us know that Landon now trails 7-6 in their playoff game. Strike one here on the foul tip by Garrett Griffin, who also grounded out to Warren Thurman back in the first inning, or second inning rather. Boy, good ball game here shaping up. 3-2 right now. Twin Rivers trails by a run. There's a swing and a miss. What a pitch by Drew Solomon. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and this inning will come to an end. We're going to the bottom half of inning number 4 for Twin Rivers. It is Jake Hester, Bo Lilly, and Brett Robards. When we come back, you're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. We are back here live. Our broadcast is presented by Henson Farm Supply. It is your custom Continental hydraulic hose supplier for all your farm, heavy equipment, or industrial needs. Remember Henson Farm Ranch and Home Supply Store. They've got just about anything you need, including Vermeer hay equipment, which continues to be the industry's leader in hay baling equipment. Stop in and see Henson Farm Supply 15 minutes north of Poplar Bluff on Highway 67. Also being brought to you by Russians Towing, roadside assistance, auto repair, lockouts, jump starts, flats, impounds, wrecks, and so much more. Russians is dedicated to providing 24/7 service to customers when and where they need it. It's Russians to the rescue, 785-6349. Russians to the rescue, 24/7, 365. All right, so here we go for Twin Rivers. And coming up to the plate now, it is Jake Hester. He singled back in the second inning. So we'll see what he's able to do right now. Helen Coulter is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside for this very important game. Here is the first pitch. This one's out towards center, or make that the shortstop rather. And Kepley is able to come up with that pitch. So one down here in the inning as we begin the 4th inning. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 4th. Goes F6 on the out. So now Bo Lilly, who singled his first time, he is up to the plate now. Twin Rivers down by a run. This one is fouled away to the screen. No balls and a strike here. On deck is Brett Robards, who struck out looking his first time. So what do you think on Thursday? I don't know. Greenville, they've not given up a run this entire tournament. I think either team, Twin Rivers or I think Doniphan, would give them a lot of fits. This one down the first base line. This one is going to be foul, just foul. No balls and 2 strikes here. Tim, you got to do a better job of getting that ball on camera. I mean, I know there's a dugout in the way, but you got to figure a way out so we can see up here. Work around that dugout, Tim. He's giving me thumbs up, but I know there's another finger he wants to give me right about now. No balls and 2 strikes here to Bo Lilly, the freshman who began the game pitching but went 2/3 of an inning. This one's a rip. And this one is going to wind up in center field. A good job by the second baseman who tried to put a move on that but just could not come up with it. Ben Killian tried to keep it in front of him, but a good hit by Bo Lilly. And now he is on first base with 1 away. So now the tying run is standing on first base, and Brett Robards coming up. Oh, no problem, Helen. Nope, today is at 3:30. It was supposed to be 3:30, but the first game went pretty early, which we went early. On Thursday, it might be the same. Glad you're with us now, Miss Helen, no doubt. Here is the 0-1 pitch. This one's ripped down the third base line, and this one is going to go just foul. Boy, that could have been the tying run right there had that one stayed fair. Good rip, no doubt, by Brett Robards. Caden Aker awaits on deck. Good crowd here on hand. Countryside Chevrolet, a proud supporter of the OFC Baseball Tournament. Good luck to the Dons. Countryside Chevrolet and Doniphan carrying on the family tradition. They are a full-service auto dealership. This one is fouled away. So we'll do it again. Countryside Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle just for you. Check them out online. Come by, call, or stop by of any for your auto needs. That is a Countryside Chevrolet in Doniphan. Proud supporters of the OFC tournament. Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way. Did he hold up? Yes, he did. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Didn't even appeal down to the first base umpire. So Robards now just misses out on that one. 1 down here in the inning. Burton takes a long look at first base, and he did it again. This time he's not going to be able to hold up. They're going to call the strikeout on him. So 2 down in the inning, and that's going to bring up Caden Aker now with 2 away and a man on first base. We are already in the 4th. Now Twin Rivers, I would think, needs to be pretty aggressive. I was just going to say that. Here is the stolen base. Got him on second base. What a throw by Griffin, who wasn't sure if he was going to be the starting catcher today or the shortstop. He's that catcher, and the inning will come to an end. It is now 3-2 in favor of the Dons. We'll be back going into the top of inning number 5. You're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. It took 9 pitches by J.D. Burton to get out of a jam. Caden Aker will lead off in the bottom half of inning number 5. Once again, Twin Rivers going to go back to, it looks like, Drew Solomon on the mound for the Twin Rivers Royals. Our broadcast here this afternoon being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry retail and repair store serving the community for over 60 years. They've got gifts and prices to fit any budget. They also offer custom jewelry of all kinds. If you can dream it, they can make it. Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, where Walmart is next to them. And being brought to you by the Scott Law Firm. They do more than provide justice. Scott Law Firm supports our local schools, supports our small businesses, and is involved in the betterment of Southeast Missouri. Scott Law Firm is a proud supporter of the Ozark Foothills Conference. So here we go now. We are in at the top of inning number 5. And up to the plate now, back to the top of the lineup. It is Maddox Baucom. Strike is called right down the middle. Good pitch by Drew Solomon. Judy Lunsford is tuning in this afternoon. She says, let's go Royals. Glad to have Miss Judy on. There's a ball taken, missing not by much. 1 ball and 1 strike. We started this afternoon, 78 degrees was the temperature when we got on the air. Right now it is at 80 degrees, but plenty of clouds overhead. Maybe we'll get lucky. We'll get some rain coming up on Wednesday, Sean.
Yeah, definitely could use it for sure.
3 balls and a strike here to the leadoff man, Maddox Baucom. Doniphan leads by 1 run. It is a 3-2 ball game. This one is outside. So a runner now on first base, nobody out. Boy, leadoff walks are never a good thing, Sean.
Not at all. Definitely not the way they wanted to start this inning, but they got the double play in order now, so let's see what can happen.
Keaton Wilcott coming up to the plate. Wilcott, he has walked and doubled. He has also scored a couple of runs. Ball or strike taken on the outside part of the plate. I would have bet money that would have been a ball.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a wide strike zone today, but he's at least been consistent with it.
Very consistent indeed. Throw back over to first base is not in time. Boy, a big crowd here on Facebook. Glad to have you guys alongside. Also on YouTube as well. There's a fly ball out toward center field. Making the catch on the run is Bryce Thurman. So 1 down here in the inning. That was a good catch out there in center field.
It was.
So 1 away. And now J.D. Burton coming up. He has pitched a gem today. He has singled and scored, grounded out to third base as well. Throw back to first base, not in time. Make sure and hit that share button for us if you don't mind on social media. We would greatly appreciate it. 3-2 the score. This one out toward left field. It's going to get in for a 1-out hit. So 2 runners on with 1 down here in the inning. And that's going to bring up yesterday's pitcher, Keaton Kepley, playing shortstop today. He was hit by a pitch back in the first and singled in the third. So runners on first and second base now. Doniphan with 4 hits in the ball game. Twin Rivers has 5. Strike called. Good pitch by Drew Solomon. Coach Newman, he'll worry about who pitches on Thursday, just trying to get to that championship game at 3:30.
Right, yeah, you got to get through this.
There's a fly ball. This one out toward the left fielder, making the call. Good catch, 2 down here in the inning. Jake Hester had to go quite the ways, and he is able to come up with that catch.
This is a big last out here. It's important to get this after leading off the inning with a walk.
Emmett Jones is coming up. He has struck out twice. Struck out in the first, struck out looking back in the third. Runners on first and second base. 3-2 the score. Swing and a miss. Down a strike is Emmett Jones. Good competition here today. This is turning out to be, so far, the game of the tournament. I knew it possibly would be.
You called it.
We had a close game yesterday between Naylor, East Carter. Today, this one is stealing the show. Here is the 1-1 pitch. This one fouled away to the screen, and Solomon is one pitch away from getting to the bottom part of the inning, down by a run. Coach Pennington on third base, rather. He does a great job for Doniphan. Loves this baseball program. This one just misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. On Thursday, the afternoon high is going to be 68 degrees. That'll feel real nice. Runners takes off. There's a ground ball hit sharply to second base. It goes through his legs. So 1 run's going to come in. Pennington, he is going to send the other runner, and 2 runs come in on the air. And that'll be marked in E4, I would imagine, as the ball goes through the legs of Carter Williams, and 2 runs will come across.
Man, that one hurts.
So now it is a 5-2 lead. So 5-2. And Emmett Jones winds up on second base. It's a ball and a strike now. Two down in the inning. And Ben Killian has walked and struck out looking. Is now up to the plate. 5-2 the score. Swing and a miss. He is down to his last strike here at this at bat.
Watching that game last night.
There's a swing and a miss, so the damage is done. Strikeout for Drew Solomon as Killian strikes out, but 2 runs that come across on the E4. And that hurts Twin Rivers for sure. Pamela Davis is on. Let's go Dons. Our tournament being brought to you by Neighbor's Towing. Don't risk your truck and cargo with just any towing company. Call the professionals at Neighbor's. They have multiple heavy-duty wreckers for all your heavy-duty towing needs, from winches and wrecks to repair and recovery. It's Neighbor's. 573-785-8730. What a ball game here. Let's talk a little bit about day 1 chiropractic. Lots of folks watching us right now on Facebook and YouTube, and day 1 chiropractic. It is a huge supporter of the OFC tournament. You guys have been there now since, April of this year, and doing very well as can be expected.
Yeah, we're excited to be there. We've been practicing in Poplar Bluff for over 5 years, but opened up our own practice in April, and we're just excited to be out on our own, be able to do things like this and support the community and just enjoy doing what I do.
Absolutely, and 54 pitches have been thrown here in the ball game here for J.D. Burton, or make that for Drew Solomon, rather. So now J.D. Burton comes up to the plate, and he has only thrown, hard to imagine, he has thrown 48 pitches this entire ball game. He has done well. This one, a check me swing down the first base line, just goes foul. And the ball got away from the first baseman. So I would say Doniphan lucked out on that one. Caden Aker struck out his first time. Pamela Greenville won their game 11-0 over Naylor. Greenville now is moving on to the championship on Thursday at 3:30. There's a swing and a miss. So now Aker is down to his final strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Just misses for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Logan Davis awaits on deck, and then we're back to the top of the lineup. There is Mr. Hester. Good to see him. Jason Hester here right in front of us, a proud supporter of the OFC Baseball Tournament with Hester Trucking. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here is the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He is down on strikes. One away here in the inning. Aker struck out twice here in the ball game, and now Logan Jones also struck out. He is batting next right now for Twin Rivers. One down here in the inning. Outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Our broadcast is presented by the Twin Rivers Booster Club, a proud supporter of the Royals. Good luck today. Also being brought to you by Big 3 Athletics. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Naylor will play for third place coming up on Thursday. They'll play either Twin Rivers or Doniphan. Right now, if the score holds, it'll be Twin Rivers coming up on Thursday. 5-2 the score. Doniphan scored a couple of runs last inning on the E4. Got him, rung him up on the inside, a part of the plate. So 2 down here in the inning. And now we are back to the top of the lineup. Twin Rivers, by the way, they are a 20-win team this fall. That's pretty impressive for Twin Rivers, for anybody for that matter.
Yeah.
This is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Gotta get there first.
Just misses for another ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So Warren Thurman back to the top of the lineup. He's a wiry guy. He can hit, and he's got a lot of speed. He would love to get on base, draw the walk or something. 3 balls and no strikes. And he drew the walk. And he'll take it.
Yep, got to start somewhere here.
You got it, JD.
And now Bryce Thurman coming up. Remember the aggressive base running last inning. Was able to get a bloop single and knock a run in. We'll see if he's that aggressive this time around with 2 outs.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Newman calls here.
Here is the first pitch on the way by J.D. Burton. He has pitched a gem so far today. This one is up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch number 63 upcoming for J.D. Burton. Hard to believe he's only pitched 63 pitches. He has pitched a dandy so far today, giving up just the 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Throw back over to first base, not in time. Good job by Thurman sliding in. Warren Thurman now on base for a 2nd time today. He's already got 1 stolen base here today. Trying to make it number 2. Back over to first base, not in time. Still got 2 more complete innings to go. A lot can happen in 2 innings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Bryce Thurman. Awaiting on deck is Drew Solomon. But Thurman has to get on base to make that happen. Swing and a miss. And now it is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What do you think? You send him here?
You know, I think you almost you're in a situation you're down by 3 runs. You can't get it back on 1 swing. I think you just I think you hold your pace here. Just hold him there and see if he's able to get a hit.
Yeah.
And let Drew Solomon come up with maybe a couple of runners on. Terry Mizell joining us. Glad to have you alongside, Terry. I'm sure we'll see you Friday night for Mules football on the road at Kennett. Tim's got to be on the roof Friday night, by the way, just in case you're wondering, Sean. No cover, no tent. I'll be inside, though. I'll kick the heater on a few notches if I have to. 5-2 the score now. Outside for a ball. Now you take off on the pass ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner moves over to second base. So now you've got a runner in scoring position. Bryce Thurman already has an RBI base hit today. Would love to have another one. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way. This one popped up. He jammed him inside. It's going to get out of play. Better duck, Tim. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is 310 down the line, 375 out in left and right center, 400 straightaway center. Twin Rivers has a man in scoring position, down by 3 runs. This one's outside. It gets away from the catcher and safe at third base. So now the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Warren Thurman now, after he got a 2-out walk, he is on third base. Terry Mizell going to volleyball. Have a great time tonight, Terry. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And lost him on the pitch. And now the tying run comes to the plate. Runners on the corners now. Back-to-back walks. And Drew Solomon comes up to the plate. Solomon here this season batting .368. However, with runners in scoring position batting .371, 11 extra base hits to his name. Boy, he would love to get a hold of one here.
Yes, he
This
would.
one just misses. I'm telling you, even though it's a 3-run game right now, you kind of feel like the momentum is back with Twin Rivers.
Yeah, it feels that way. They just got to execute here.
This one is inside a hitter's count now. 2 balls and no strikes. So put your coaching cap on here, Sean. 2-0 count. You take this pitch or you try to drive one.
I think at this point, you got a base open. A walk's not going to do you any good. With a good hitter like this up, you got to go for it. If it's there, go for it.
Coach Pennington is coming out to talk to J.D. Burton. Make no mistake about it, J.D.'s had a phenomenal game here today. He is their #1 pitcher. He is the ace. Coach Pennington, what I like about him is he's got a championship belt that he keeps in the dugout, and he gives it to the star player of each game. Now, the shortstop, Kepley, he got it from Monday night, but it could have went to anybody. And this team, they build around that, and they thrive on who gets that belt for the game.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
That's awesome. I did not know that. That's awesome.
Coach Pennington's a great guy. Got a chance to talk to him yesterday and today, and he's made himself available to us any way we need. And we appreciate that. Makes our job a whole lot simpler. 2 balls and no strikes here. Drew Solomon trying to pick up a man on third. This one is up high for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Awaiting on deck, your power hitters, Luke Hester awaits on deck. 3-0 pitch. I think you take this next one.
Yeah.
Make him throw you a strike.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be there.
Here is a 3-0 pitch by Burton. Just caught the corner enough for the strike. Solomon, the left-hander. Make sure and share this video feed for us on social media if you'd be so kind. A big audience today on Facebook. Big audience on YouTube as well. Love it. Here is your 3-1 pitch. Inside, yes sir, right down the middle pretty much. So now it's a full count. So you can bet Price is going to be taken off at first base. Pressure still on at J.D. Burton here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. They are still up 5-3, or 5-2 rather. My apology. And lost him up high for the ball. And now the bases are loaded with 2 down, 3 walks in a row. And now you're going to bring up Luke Hester to the plate.
Yeah, this is his moment to shine. I expect a pitching change. Yep, here he comes. Yeah.
Yep, he's going to go ahead now, and we're going to have a pitching change.
What a game, though. What an outing from him.
Absolutely. J.D. Burton, 73 pitches here this afternoon. He goes 4 2/3 innings, and he is going to come off. He has had an amazing ball game. I know he wanted to go the distance, but, man, he's got nothing to be ashamed of as he was able to get this team deep into the ball game, and they still have a 5-2 lead. He is still on the hook for the win, although all 3 runners are his responsibility.
Yeah, I think if you ask him before the game, you're winning 5-2 in the bottom of the 5th. How do you feel about that? I think he's going to feel pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. Coming into pitch now for the Doniphan Dons, it is Ben Killian, number 27. Ben Killian started off at second base. He's going to come in now to pitch the remainder of the game. He has pitched 15 innings, giving up 17 hits, 13 runs, 11 earned. He has walked 20, struck out 10, an earned run average of 5.133. So there are the numbers by Killian, and let's talk about Luke Hester right now. He is batting .351, 21 RBIs, but with runners in scoring position, Sean, that number jumps up quite a bit, batting .462.
Wow.
8 extra base hits. So we are in for, I think, an exciting at-bat coming up here.
.462, wow. That's impressive.
So he ends with 73 pitches total. J.D. Burton So now we are about to begin this next at-bat here for the Twin Rivers Royals. Our broadcast presented by Barker's Towing and Automotive for 24/7 towing service, auto repair, maintenance, tires, and alignments. Make sure and call Barker's Towing and Automotive, Highway 67 South in Poplar Bluff. Call 573-785-7811. Barker's Towing, it is our title sponsor to the OFC Baseball Tournament. 2 down in the inning. Runners on every base, all courtesy of 3 walks in the inning. Warren Thurman a 2-out walk. Price Thurman a 2-out walk. And then a 2-out walk to Drew Solomon, although that was a pretty good at-bat.
Definitely. This guy's got to be licking his chops right now.
Yes, he does.
.462 with runners in scoring position.
So we'll see what happens. Here we go as Ben Killian is going to come in to try to close out the inning here in the 5th. Take strike 1. Good pitch. The velocity there, it was working for him. A little bit slower than what J.D. Burton is, so Twin Rivers has to adjust to that.
Yeah.
This one is up high for a ball. Count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yep. Professional baseball players make it look easy, but in high school, a pitching change, that makes a big difference.
It really does. 1 ball and 1 strike. The tying run is on first base. Go-ahead run standing at the plate. This one popped straight up. He jammed him on the infield. Shortstop comes over to make the play. 3 runners get stranded. What a pitch by Killian to jam Hester. We go to the top of inning number 6. Twin Rivers down 5-2. You're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by our good friends at Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. All right, we are back with the OFC Baseball Tournament presented by Day One Chiropractic. Dr. Sean and Dr. Megan of Day One Chiropractic, they are proud supporters of the OFC Tournament and KWOC Sports. Let Day One Chiropractic help you from chronic back to neck pain, even sports injuries. At Day One Chiropractic has the experience, the knowledge, and the medical to back them up to help you live with less pain and limitations. Day One Chiropractic, proud supporters of the OFC Baseball Tournament. So what a good pitch by Killian there, Dr. Sean, as Twin Rivers had 3 runners on, bases loaded, 3 walks in a row, and still able to get out of the inning with no damage being done.
Yeah, that was great. I would not want to be that guy to have to go on the mound there, bases loaded and throwing your first pitches of the game, but he did a great job.
He really did indeed.
Against one of their best hitters.
Yes. So Lane Dean coming up to the plate now. This one taken outside for a ball. Lane Dean is 0 for 2 here in the ball game. So Twin Rivers, this game is still not over.
2-0, you're ahead. Don't help.
2 balls and no strikes now. Since Twin Rivers was able to draw all the walks before it's all said and done, they still got to go through the heart of the lineup one more time. Doniphan does to get to Thursday afternoon. I still see Coach Benji Stahl. He is here with the Greenville Bears. There's a foul ball down the line. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it doesn't matter. I still say no matter who winds up and plays coming up on Thursday in the championship, it should be a pretty good game between Greenville and whoever will join them on Thursday.
Yeah, I think Greenville's gonna shock some people because, I mean, the way they played today and 23 runs, none given up. It's just
they have pitched
really
phenomenal here this tournament, giving up the no runs. That's the big story there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job by Solomon. Back to the pitcher, and there's the first out of the inning. It goes 1-3 on the out, and now Blake Lewis is going to come up to the plate. Lewis is 0 for 2 here in the ball game. Lewis has grounded out to shortstop both times. Here is the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Was you a baseball star back in high school?
I wouldn't say star by any means, but no, I played catcher. I enjoyed it.
There's a rocket shot to center field. First hit of the ball game by Blake Lewis, and he'll wind up on first base with 1 down.
Yeah, I was a scrawny little guy, so I was, up there looking for walks, And
Gotcha. I was the water boy. You could say I was the water boy for baseball. Didn't have any power for baseball, for sure. So runner on first base now with 1 down here in the inning. The 9-hitter, Garrett Griffin. And we can't forget about Garrett. Remember, he threw a runaround on first base earlier in the ball game that really kind of changed the complexion a little bit. 1 ball, no strikes, and this one goes up the middle. It could be a double play, and it is. It goes 4 unassisted to 3, and there is your double play. Good job by the second baseman by Twin Rivers. Carter Williams coming through in the clutch. We go to the bottom of inning number 6. It is a 5-2 lead. It'll be Jake Hester, Bo Lilly, and Brett Robards when we come back. You're listening to the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. All right, so here we are, bottom of inning number 6 right now, and Twin Rivers trails 5-2. They've got a new pitcher, as Doniphan does, from last inning, rather, Ben Killian. And I would say if Twin Rivers is going to be able to come back, now might be the time, since their number 1 is now watching from the sideline.
Yeah, it's now or never for Twin Rivers for sure.
So here we go. Leading off, you've got Jake Hester. He is 1 for 2 in the game. He was thrown out at second base back in the second, and that might be another play we talk about with Griffin behind the plate. He's got an arm on him at catcher. It wasn't supposed to be him to begin with. It was supposed to have been Keaton Kepley was going to be the original catcher, but because he did pitch yesterday, had a hip issue, he was playing shortstop, and they put Griffin there behind the plate, and that may have worked out in their favor today.
Yeah, it's always nice whenever you have two guys that can play really good behind the plate. As a former catcher, we had another guy that caught two, and so it's always nice having a kind of a dynamic duo back there.
So here is the opening pitch by Killian. This one is in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. If you're Coach Newman, what did you tell your team going into a new inning, new pitcher, down by 3 runs? How aggressive do you want to be early in counts?
Yeah, I mean, if it's there, go for it, but get back to the fundamentals, just being smart with taking a pitch, if necessary, and especially on the base pass. There's been a few mistakes made there today, so if they do get on base, just make sure you're not making mistakes on the base pass.
First 2 pitches, does that tell you anything about Killian here in this inning, what we're going to be looking for from him?
Yeah, I mean, pretty wild there the first couple, so we'll see if he calms down a little bit. There's another one in the dirt, so I say if you're Twin Rivers right now, let this guy pitch. Let him throw you a strike.
3 balls and no strikes here last inning, 3 walks in a row. And could we see a 4th walk in 2 innings? It's a 3-0 count. I'm assuming you don't swing at this pitch.
Right. Yeah.
It's up high for a ball. He heard you.
Yeah, and the bottom of this lineup struggled a little bit today, so I'm excited to see if they can maybe turn it around and, take a few pitches and see if they can't get on base.
Leadoff walk here as Jake Hester trots down to first base. Bo Lilly, he's got 2 hits here in the ball game. He was also caught stealing. That was back in the 4th. This one, good block.
Yeah, another wild pitch
by Griffin as that one is in the dirt. So Bo Lilly up to the plate now, batting .362 with runners in scoring position, and goes up a little bit to .429. One thing about Twin Rivers, usually when they get pitcher or runners in scoring position, they do a pretty good job of getting those around. They got a high average when it comes to that as a team.
Yeah, that's impressive because as a Cubs fan in the major leagues, man.
Are you? Is that a shot at me? I got you. Okay.
No, I am a Cubs fan.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah,
you are a
yeah.
Cubs fan. Take that, Tim. That's in your face.
I'm a Cubs fan, but, man, our batting average with runners in scoring position is awful.
I knew I liked you for a reason. 2 balls and a strike. There's a runner, takes off, and he is in there as the ball gets away. It's still a strike called. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A runner on second base, so a stolen base. Twin Rivers being aggressive that time.
I like it.
Make sure and hit that share button for us on social media. This one way over the head of the catcher, and now the runner moves over to third base on the pass ball. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Bo Lilly, who's got 2 hits in the ball game. Definitely not the same pitching we've seen in the last inning.
No.
Clearly, and Twin Rivers, they've got to adjust. Still plenty of time, but I think Killian's still a pretty good pitcher who don't let him fool you. He'll throw strikes.
Yeah, I think he's just got to settle down a little bit, and depending on what happens to this batter, I don't know what the coach is going to do, but
this one's in the dirt. We're going to find out here as runners are now on the corners with nobody out. And we're going to get time called. I think I heard time called. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Coach Pennington now is going to come out, and that might be all for Killian. And Coach Pennington told us that they're number one, so yes, we are going to see a pitching change.
Not at all.
So we're going to see who they bring in now. Killian is going to come off the mound. Killian threw 12 pitches here in this ball game. He threw 9 this inning and was not able to record an out.
It's wild because of that such a clutch outing when he came in at the end of last inning to get that runner out and keep the bases bases loaded. Then he comes in this inning and just pretty wild all over the place.
So we're going to have a new catcher here this afternoon. Garrett Griffin is going to come in. He'll be the new pitcher for Doniphan. He was the catcher. So Garrett Griffin here in this season rather. He has pitched 23 2/3 innings. He has given up 40 hits, 36 runs, 23 earned. He has walked 12, struck out 25. His ERA is 6.803. Very high earned run average here in the fall. But the good news is for his team, they've got a 3-run lead.
Very true. I'm trying to think of those numbers you said. It sounds like he strikes out a lot, but also gives up a lot of runs. So
he does.
Doesn't walk too many. So I think they're just looking for a pitch right now that's not going to walk. That's 5 or 6 walks the last 2 innings. That's quite a bit.
Sounds like to me what they're looking for is finding a double play ball up the middle, giving up a run, which wouldn't hurt you, but maybe finding that double play ball. Coming up to the plate now is Brett Robards. Let's give you some numbers on Robards here this afternoon. Or for the season in general, Robards, he is batting .258, 8 RBIs. You look at runners in scoring position, he is batting .250. He's got 3 extra base hits with 2 outs or less. And right now there's no outs. So we'll see what happens.
He needs to come through. It looks, just looking at the bottom 3 batters here, all strikeouts today. So I'm hoping that the bottom of this lineup can turn it around a little bit.
Still lots of game here to be played. A big crowd on Facebook. You know what's funny is you said you were talking about the Cubs. Normally I get hammered because I follow the Cubs. And then you said that, I thought, oh, you're taking a shot at me. But see there, Tim, I knew there was more of us out there. And now you've got 2 of us to deal with instead of 1. He says unicorns, he says. So a great game here this afternoon. It's been a great couple of games all the way around. A lot of fun here today. Knock on wood, the video has been amazing, and I'm glad you were able to come out, and I'm sorry that I kept you away from patience. Glad you were able to hang out with me today.
This has been fun. I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Absolutely. So as we wait now for Garrett Griffin to warm up, and this will be a huge at-bat coming up for Brett Robards. He is a junior, by the way. Would love to go down there right now and put a mic on Chris Newman, the head coach, and ask him what his thought process is with Brett Robards.
Yeah, looking at how it's gone today, not the greatest, but it just takes one, right?
That's right.
It takes one to get back on track, and that's what they need right now.
So we're going to see the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Doniphan Dons. Still leading, by the way, 5-2. They have played a complete ball game. Just like yesterday, their offense came to play. This one in there for a called strike. It's touching just a little bit of the outside part. It's been consistent all ball game.
Mm-hmm.
So much like in the last inning and the first part of this inning, a new pitcher, new adjustment here for the Twin Rivers lineup. As a batter, do you hate it when they trade out pitchers in the middle of an inning like this?
I always did, but I wasn't a very good hitter. So so I always was like, maybe just getting used to the old guy. So, I wasn't a fan whenever especially on the first one up on my team with a new hitter, a new pitcher.
Swing and a miss right down at Grand Central Avenue. Speaking of bad hitters, my daughter is here. No, I'm just kidding. She says, what? 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brett Robards. Just misses a little bit high. Count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It looks like the way Brett Robards right now is batting, taking this at bat, he's maybe just trying to work the count and see what happens.
Yeah, because that was way too close. The way this umpire's been calling, he's been calling it consistent. That pitch has been called a strike today before.
Here's your 2-2 pitch. This one way outside. So I'll ask you the question. Nobody out. Do you send the runner at first base? Do you send Bo Lilly? 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, it's tough. I mean, these bottom 3 hitters are 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts. I mean, at that point, you know, why not? Yeah, that's tough.
I got a stat here. You know, Tim played baseball for Greenville. I think he went 0 for 81 at 60 strikeouts in his career.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
This
right. One jammed him, and this one back behind the third base dugout. It's going to go foul. You like that, didn't you, Tim? He looked at me like, I'm not that bad of a hitter. I may have struck out in my day, but not 70-plus times. I know somebody who did strike out the majority of high school. I'm kidding. This one popped him up again. This one going to go right behind us. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good battle here between Griffin and Brett Robards. Coach Pennington showing a lot of faith in his pitcher right now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch number 3 coming up. Got him looking, and the runner does take off. They'll go ahead and stay with the out.
Man, that one was right there.
Right down the pike, and there's 1 down in the inning. Runner now on second and third. And now Caden Aker stepping up to the plate. As you said a moment ago, the last 2 hitters 0 for 4 this afternoon, all 4 striking out. This one misses a little bit high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 5-2 the scores. Runners on second and third. Caden Aker at the plate. This one, good backhand by the catcher. 2 balls and no strikes. Caden Aker this season, 286, 9 RBIs. He is batting .286 with runners in scoring position. Boy, if he's able to take one and get it to the outfield, this cuts it down to a 1-run lead. This one fouled away to the screen. 2 balls and a strike to the sophomore. Caden Aker trying to extend this inning. 1 down. Logan Jones awaits on deck, and then the top of the lineup. So either way, barring a double play, Doniphan will have to go through the heart of the lineup one more time.
Yeah, and that's Twin Rivers is excited about that. They've done all the damage today.
This one just misses a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike. So Caden Aker now, it's a hitter's count. Doesn't have to swing, just got to make sure it's close.
Yeah, it's got to be right there for me to swing.
This one pops him up, jammed him inside again. 3 balls and 2 strikes, so it's a full count. This might be the pitch of the game right here for Mr. Griffin.
Yeah, definitely.
3-2 as I hear the home plate umpire, Brian Chilton, tell us. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Griffin comes set, and here's the payoff. This one pops him up. This one is going to stay along the infield. The pitcher comes in, Griffin, and he calls everybody off, and there is the out. 2 down in the inning, and that's a huge out. That one goes F1. So far in this inning, I'm not sure if you've realized, but every at-bat in this inning has gone 3-2 to full counts in the first 4 at-bats. And now Logan Jones is the last man for the inning with 2 runners on. Misses up high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Twin Rivers has left 8 men on base.
Wow.
Not including the 2 out there right now. Debbie says, go Griff, likes what she sees, that she should. They are playing very well. There's ball 2 inside. So once again, it goes 2-0, much like the last 4 at-bats have. We'll see what happens. If Doniphan's able to hang on to win this, I don't know who you give the belt to. The pitching staff, I know it's not J.D. Burton, but man, they are still coming in, and they're getting outs. That one just misses the corner. That was a little bit inside. So 3 balls and no strikes. Hitters count. You don't swing on this pitch.
No, I don't even take the bat off my shoulder.
No. You make him throw a strike.
Absolutely.
Here is the 3-0 pitch. There it is, right down the middle. Good pitch by Garrett Griffin.
I take another one here if I'm hitting.
Ron Withrow says, let's go Royals, down by 3 runs. And they did. They took another one, so now it's a full count. Like every other at-bat has been this inning.
That's wild.
2 walks, a strikeout, and a pop-out here in the inning. We'll see. Tying run at the plate. There's a ground ball hit sharply to the shortstop. It gobbles him up, and he couldn't hang on to it. So Ben Killian could not come up with it as Logan Jones is going to reach. And we'll see how they score that. Should be an error on Doniphan. Their first of the ball game. And now it is a 5-3 score.
Top of the lineup here.
So now it is the top of the lineup. You've got Warren Thurman. He has singled and walked. He's also popped out to center field. That's a big run with 5-3 now. And still runners on first and third base. Throw back over to first base, not in time. Woo, what a ball game here today, Sean.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
If you're watching us on social media, what do you think about this ball game right now? Pretty good, pretty intense.
Yeah, last game, not going to lie, it was such a blowout.
There's a base hit. This one run is going to come in. So now runners are on first and second base. And now it is a 5-4 lead. Warren Thurman is second hit of the ball game. The tying run standing on second base, Bryce Thurman. He's got an RBI base hit. He has walked and popped out to third. There's an outside pitch taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Getting awfully intense now. 5-4 as Warren Thurman comes through with an RBI. Back over to second base, not in time.
2 big errors in this game, 4 runs. That's right. That's the difference here.
This one gets away from the catcher. So now both runners advance. The go-ahead run, believe it or not, is standing on second base. So now Warren Thurman advances over to second base. Logan Jones is on third. 2 balls and no strikes. Back over to third, not in time. Tying run standing on third now. Go-ahead run on second. 2-0 is the count. 5 seed Doniphan. They have led wire to wire. They're up by a run. 2 runners in scoring position. This one a fly ball. This one out in the center field area and making the catch in center field. Doniphan hangs on to a 1-run advantage. I'm telling you what, I think a 7th inning coming up is going to be fun to watch here, Dr. Sean.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. You got some great baseball playing right now from both teams.
You really do. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back for the 7th inning for Doniphan. They lead by 1 run, 5-4 the score, and they will have the top of the lineup when we come back. Doniphan leads 5-4 on the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament. It is presented by our good friends at Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. All right, so here we go. Top of inning number 7, and it'll be the top of the lineup. So let me ask you, how important, Sean, is this inning for Twin Rivers to get Doniphan 1, 2, 3 and get to the bottom of the inning down by 1 run?
Yeah, momentum is everything right now, and Twin Rivers has it. So they just got to execute this inning, get 3 outs, and take her home.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch to begin this 7th inning by Solomon. Bo Lilly began the game in the 1st inning, giving up 2 runs. Could not get out of the 1st. And there's an outside pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. So coming up in the bottom part of the inning, 3, 4, and 5 all due up for Twin Rivers. There's a fly ball out to right field. Making the catch on the run is Brett Robards, and there is the first out of the inning.
Great adjustment. He had me nervous there for a second.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to make that catch.
Right.
That one goes F9 on the out.
Let's go 2-4.
So now Keaton Wilcott is coming up. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. This one inside pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Shirley Cheshire says, let's go Royals, as does Ron Withrow. Thursday afternoon is the championships. 3rd place in championship. Naylor in 3rd place game. They'll take on either Twin Rivers or Doniphan. Greenville going to be in the championship game. That's going to be a lot of fun. And that comes up at 3:30 on Thursday. It's supposed to be sunny. It's going to be about 10 degrees cooler. That means we can all wear pants and be happy about it. Strike called. So I wore jeans yesterday, and there was no air in this press box. I about burned up. So today, the coaching staff, I whined enough. There's a base hit out to right field.
It's trouble.
And that one, good cutoff by Robards, and a runner on first base now with 1 down. I was going to say I whined enough to where somebody felt sorry for me and was able to put me up a nice little fan in here for us.
Yeah, I appreciate the heads up yesterday. I'd have been here in pants today.
Yep,
So
I was going to do the same thing. Hit by Doniphan. Now that's 6 hits in the ball game. Judy Lunsford says, come on, Royals, you got this. Just misses ball 1. So J.D. Burton now. He was the starting pitcher of the game. Pitched a phenomenal game, too, by the way. This one misses inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes now. Our broadcast is presented by our good friends at Countryside Chevrolet. Proud supporters of Doniphan Athletics. Countryside Chevrolet carrying on family traditions. So now, much like in the last inning, J.D. Burton doesn't have to swing on this pitch. Got to make sure it's a strike by Solomon. And he pops it up out toward right field, who couldn't come up with it. And thankfully, the base runner on first base, Wilcott, he thought that ball was going to be caught. It maybe should have been caught.
yeah, definitely. That's got to be an error.
Robards, runners now on first and second base. We'll wait for the official score.
Yeah, he struggled with that first ball. He did catch it, but definitely misplayed that one for sure.
Definitely going to be an E9 on Robards there. So here we go. Keaton Kepley now coming up to the plate. Kepley has a base hit in this game. He's also been hit by a pitch and popped out to left field. This one popped straight up in the air. It's going to go behind us.
We need your cap.
I have no idea, Ron, who that is. I don't think he's not a radio announcer from what I understand. I don't know what he's doing. He's not a radio announcer. Ball 2 taken inside at 2 balls and a strike. Boy, that run sitting on second base, so critical right now for Doniphan. If they can get that run in, you got to like your chances going in the 7th, up by a couple of runs.
Definitely. That's
This one's a ground ball up the middle, and it's going to wind up in center field. Pennington, he will wave him home. Here's a throw. It's not in time. Doniphan comes away with a run, and now runners on second and third base.
Wow. How big is that?
And that's going to bring out head coach Chris Newman, and that might be all she wrote for Drew Solomon. So Doniphan gets the run, and we're going to see what Newman does. It looks like Newman is going to bring in a new pitcher, and I believe this one is Warren Thurman. So Warren Thurman Thurman now on the mound for Twin Rivers. He has pitched 39 and 1/3 innings. He has given up 36 hits, 25 runs. 12 of them have been earned. He has walked 19 but struck out 46. Earned run average is 2.136. As a team, Twin Rivers is 2.211. That's incredible for an earned run average.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I couldn't help but hear 25 runs, 12 of them earned.
Yep.
That's more unearned than earned runs.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of errors.
So Emmett Jones coming up to the plate now. Jones has struck out twice. He reached on an error back in the 5th inning. Twin Rivers has 2 errors in the ball game. Doniphan has 1. Thomas Valenzuela, glad to hear from you, my friend. Yes, sir, we are covering the OFC tournament today. So we had some issues yesterday with our equipment. Tim had to do some ingenuity. I don't know how we did it today, but you got to like having the best camera guy in the business doing this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch you guys in action and see how all this works behind the scenes. You don't realize how much goes into it.
It's a lot more complicated than walking up, pushing putting something in the plug-in and going. There's a strike called. So here is the first pitch by Thurman. There's another strike.
Great pitch.
So 0-2 the count now. So Thurman trying to get out of this inning, giving up no more damage. There's a ground ball hit right at the third baseman, Drew Solomon. So Solomon, that was a huge out right there. And now there are 2 down here in the inning. That was big. That's an L5 on the out, and that's 2 down. So now Ben Killian coming up. He has struck out twice and walked once in this game. Boy, that's a rocket shot. This one right at the shortstop, over to first base with the extension and got him. Woo! So Thurman comes in and throws a gem on that one. He just throws 4 pitches and gets out of the jam. Doniphan strands 2 runners, and we've got ourselves a ball game coming up in the bottom of inning number 7. If you're Twin Rivers, how aggressive do you want to be in these pitch counts coming up in this inning? Coming up, I might mind you, it is the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Drew Solomon, who has walked 1 time today, and then Luke and Jake Hester all coming in the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, I'm aggressive early on with those, 3, 4, 5 hitters. If you get deeper into the lineup here, you might, be a little less aggressive, but lots of errors today. Put the ball in play, see what happens.
So coming up here, our broadcast, it is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. It is 24/7 towing service, auto repair, maintenance, tires, and alignments. Call Barker's Towing and Automotive. Highway 67 South in Poplar Bluff, or call 785-7811. Remember, Barker's by request, 785-7811. So this is the last inning, unless something kooky happens and we get a tie ball game or whatnot. Back out there for the Doniphan Dons to maybe close this out for the save. It is now a save opportunity. Garrett Griffin, who started out as the catcher, is now going to join, or he'll stay out there to try to close this out. Our broadcast presented by Day One Chiropractic, Neighbor's Towing, Scott Law Firm, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by Countryside Chevrolet, Russians Towing, GYT 90, and Big 3 Athletics, proud supporters of the OFC Baseball Tournament. So now the home plate umpire, Brian Chilton, going back out there behind the plate. Heath Hutchinson, he is the field umpire. You hear those trumpets in the background there. That means this inning is going to be critical for Twin Rivers. Very simple. You can't put up 2 runs and you'll play for third place coming up on Thursday. They are able to extend, or maybe they can win this game. They're not going to have their ace, Doniphan rather, will not have their ace on the mound for this inning.
And that's a tough thing to do, playing catcher all game and then come into pitch right afterwards. That's not an easy thing to do. So
no, it is not.
Pretty impressive to see him out there.
We are in the bottom of inning number 7. Doniphan, by the way, they have left a lot of men on base here today as well.
Sounds like the Cubs.
Sounds just like the Cubs, indeed. Doniphan, 6 men on base. So now this is it. This is for the chance to play for the championship. Drew Solomon, he has walked and flew out twice. He's also got a hit. He bats left-handed. Here is the opening pitch. In there for a good called strike 1. Right down the middle. This one fouled away to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Tim's out there being a Nazi out there trying to get that kid to duck. He did finally duck, or he went away anyway. You don't mess with Tim and that camera, boy, let me tell you. Coming up after this game, we'll talk live to one of the coaches. Solomon rips one down the left field line, and that could be double.
He's sending him.
It's going to be extra bases. Here comes the throw, and he is out at second base.
Can't send him there.
Being aggressive on the base pads. What a throw from the left fielder. See it right here in studio or in the press box. Out at second base. Solomon. Oh, boy. That may well be the play of the game right there. Luke Hester coming up to the plate now. Takes ball 1 a little bit low.
Yeah, that just kills all the momentum right there. So you're 2 runs down, not 1. I don't know.
Being aggressive on the base pads. I get why they did what they did. They were trying to eliminate that double play scenario. But now there's nobody on the base pads, and there's 1 down in the inning. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Big crowd here on Facebook and on YouTube here this afternoon. Over 60 folks watching right now, Tim, on YouTube. That's incredible. Over 90 plus on Facebook. All here to watch a high school baseball game.
Love it. It's awesome.
I may hijack you, Sean, and take you down to down to Kennett on Friday night for football.
All right. Let's do it.
2 balls, or make that 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and now the count is full. Big pitch coming up here by Garrett Griffin. Make sure and share this video feed for us on social media. We greatly appreciate it. Here is the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He is down on strikes. 2 down in the inning. And now it all comes up to Jake Hester with 2 down in the inning. 2 outs. Pennington, I can hear him out there talking to his players. Coming up, we'll talk live to one of the coaches after this game. Just misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jake Hester. He is singled, walked, and popped out to shortstop.
32.
This one out toward left field. This one is going to get down for a hit. And he's going to have a 2-out double.
The last 2 runs have been scored with two outs, so anything can happen.
Thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate that. Shout out to us for covering the games, Tim. Absolutely glad to be here. 2 down, a runner on second base. And now Bo Lilly comes up, and he's going up hacking the first pitch he sees. There's a strike. Boy, how critical now, Sean, was the leadoff hit by Drew Solomon in left field. Back-to-back hits.
Yep.
2 down in the inning. Could have been 1 down in the inning with 2 runners on, or maybe a runner scores on that double. Either way, now you're in the hole at 2 down. If Doniphan can hang on to win this, man, they deserve every bit of it.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we've kind of been pulling for Twin Rivers here, but let's talk about how good
I just want to see a good game.
Yeah.
I want to see this. I wouldn't mind this keep going.
Right, no kidding.
Harriet Dallin says, go Bo. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down in the inning, runner on second. There's a fly ball. This one out towards center. This could do it, and it's going to. Oh, they collide, and the ball comes loose. No, they're going to say he caught it. I thought he did. The center fielder makes a heroic catch. Wow. They collided and still hung on to the ball.
What a game.
And that will be the game. Wow, what an ending. Oh my goodness, what a catch in center field. That is impressive. That is impressive. Oh man, and also the player is going to be helped up. He may have got the wind knocked out of him. He's going to be carried off. He's going to walk on his own power. Yeah. I'll clap on that one. What a catch.
Yeah, great
what
game.
An absolute great ball game. I told you, game of the tournament thus far. Game of the tournament thus far. And this is a final. It is a 6-4 final by Doniphan. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back. And we're going to have our live postgame in just a moment as Doniphan now moves on to take on Greenville Thursday at 3:30 for the championship. We'll be back on the OFC tournament presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair.
What a way. Yeah, come back third. Wow.
Sean, Tim, if you don't mind, can you walk into the, can you have Jenny turn mic 3 down just a little bit? Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, a little bit. Thank you. you in the ball game. You ready to go, Tim? All right, we are back with our post game. Coach Pennington, that's how you end a ball game. First off, how was the player in center field?
Oh, he's good. He's good. A little banged up on the knee, but I think he was trying to chicken out on the dog pile, if I've got to be 100% honest.
Okay, I got you.
That's all right. That's all right.
So we talked about this. This was going to be the as of right now the game of the tournament. It showed up to be that way. You guys got off to a good lead first. How was you guys able to compose? Twin Rivers battled back. You had to go to your bullpen. They showed up and they showed out.
Yeah, they did. I'm super proud of both of those guys. Ben came in, got us out of a bases loaded jam, and then Garrett came in to finish it. Without those guys, you know, we're looking at maybe a different ending here, and I'm super proud of them. I told the boys, hey, you deserve to be here. You know, we proved it all game long. We deserve to be here. Let's show them what we got. And that's exactly what they did. They battled for me.
Seventh inning, it's all about defense, too. The leadoff runner, Solomon, hits one in the left field. You guys get it back in quickly. How big was that first out in the seventh inning?
Oh, that was huge because I had shifted him. I expected him to pull a little bit of a slower pitcher from Garrett being a little bit slower. I expect him to pull down the line. Instead, he pokes one into left field. And, you know, that actually probably bails us out because he thinks he can go two there, and Wilcott gets in there, makes a good play, fires a strike into second, and we get him. So it worked out, but it probably wasn't supposed to go that way.
You had the same problem as you did yesterday, that championship belt hanging over there. Who do we have today because everybody came through?
I haven't even thought about it, to tell you the truth. This guy right here, I had him come out with me just because, I mean, without him, you know, he gets us through those first two innings, and we get a little bit of a lead, and we get a little bit of confidence. And without him on the mound going 1-2-3 in the first and then doing good quick work in the second, maybe looking at a different ball game. So maybe this guy right here, but I hadn't decided.
You know, you talk about him in the pregame, J.D. Burton being your number one. What a guy makes you have all the trust in the world for him and his pitching game.
Oh, he just spots up so well. His fastball he locates, his off-speed he locates. He goes out there, he's a gamer. He doesn't get stressed, gets a couple guys on, and he's still going to battle for you. And he keeps us in every ball game. The boys play better behind him. They're more confident when he's out there. And he's just our team captain. He's a leader for us. Yesterday,
you guys take out Neelyville 9-3. Today, the number one seed in this tournament. What does this win mean to this ball season and this team?
Well, you know, there was a lot of people that kind of questioned, you know, us bringing fall baseball back to begin with. And we told them all along that this group of kids, they're baseball players. They want to play baseball, and they're a young group. And, you know, the fact that a lot of people said, well, maybe you don't deserve a fall season. Well, here we are. We're proving it. And that's kind of a statement piece for us. And, you know, I'll hang my hat on that all day long. So
absolutely. And talk about your bullpen. Once again, it seemed like when J.D. had to come out, never lost rhythm, no momentum shift whatsoever. You guys picked up, and they would work the counts time and time again, but they were able to get out of jams every time.
Yeah, I've got a lot of confidence in our guys to go out there and throw strikes. A little bit shaky at times, but you know, that's just it's what it comes down to. I've watched these guys play all year long, and I know who I can trust and who I've got my confidence in, and I went to them in that order. I went to Ben. He's my junior, and then I followed it up with Garrett, and you know, we were able to get the win. So
what about the fans that watched us today on YouTube and Facebook? They were showing out all ball game long. What's your message to those guys to support day in and day out, Coach?
Hey, I appreciate you guys watching and cheering us on, but Thursday's a big game for us. I hope you come out live. No offense to the broadcast, but I hope we pack this place out. So
let's talk about Thursday a little bit. You guys take out the number 2 seed Greenville. Oh, by the way, they've not allowed one run in them.
There's a reason they haven't allowed any runs yet. They're a good ball club. They're solid. They play good defense, got a good pitching staff. I'm assuming Porter's going to be going for them on Thursday based on who I've seen him throw. We've hit him a little bit, but we haven't scored a whole lot off of him. So we're going to have to bring this mindset and this kind of attitude we're playing with these last two games and show up to play. It's going to be difficult. I think we can be in the conversation at the end of that 7th inning, and hopefully we're on the winning side.
I can tell you that Porter will go on Thursday for sure. He told me that earlier himself. What about you? You got some time to think about it. Have we named a pitcher for Thursday yet, or we'll see what happens?
Well, we're out Burton and Kepley. They're both going to be done because of pitch count. We kept Garrett under 45 there. Ben's going to be eligible. Our first baseman, Lane Allen, hasn't gone yet. And our left fielder's got a pretty good arm on him, too, and he hadn't thrown yet. So we've got some fresh arms, so I like where we're sitting.
How much confidence do you have in one of those guys to you on Thursday and maybe bringing home a championship to Doniphan?
I know we were the 5 seed, but I wouldn't take any other ball club here. I got all the confidence in the world in my guys.
Coach, congratulations. Good job on the win. So we'll talk to JD about you. JD, get over here, man. What a ball game you had here today, and talk about what it was like for you working out of jams and keeping your offense involved every step of the way. You guys coming in, knocking off the number 1 seed. What does that mean to you personally?
To me personally, I love it. I love the team that I've got. This is probably the best team I've ever played on other than travel ball. These guys are my confidence. I have no other confidence other than them in myself. No, I'm very excited. I'm very pleased on how we came out today. We were firing on all cylinders, and I'm pleased in how it ended up.
You left with the lead, and the bullpen came through, kept that lead for you. Go back to that 7th inning, the leadoff hitter hitting one to left field. You guys able to get that first out. How big was that for the team?
Oh, it was so big. Wilcott out there, he's a worker. He's definitely. I've got a lot of confidence in him. He's got a good arm on him, especially for a freshman. No, that was a momentum changer for us because after they called him out, you look over at the Twin Rivers dugout and they were sulking, and that's whenever I had the confidence in my teammates that we were going to come out with the win.
You know, here today, when your bullpen came in, they were not going to let you down all ball game. It wasn't just you. It was also the bench inside. They were up rooting for the team. What is it about this team that gives you guys the will to win game in and game out?
We've said it. I've said it for the past 3 years since I've been here. Everybody in that dugout's blue-collared. All of us are workers. We want to come here. We want to win. We want to work hard, and that's really all it is to it.
So obviously Thursday, Porter gets the ball. You guys are coming in as the 5 seed, obviously going to be the underdog, but you guys don't care about that, do you?
No, sir, we do not. I feel like we've already proven ourselves enough that we deserve to be in that championship game, and we deserve to be going against Greenville. And they're very talented, and they're very, very work ethic, and I just feel like that we've got a good chance, though.
What will you guys do tomorrow and early Thursday to get ready for the game coming up on Thursday at 3:30 right here in Poplar Bluff?
Keep the same mindset we've had for the past 2 days. We've come out riding on the bus. We've been jamming out to our speaker, trying to get in the mindset of coming to the game, and we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing.
All right, so what is that song you guys jam out to get you guys pumped for a ball game? Give it to me.
This time it was Titanium. Usually it's Outskirts of Heaven, the Warren Zeters version of it, but we decided to listen to Co-Wetzel this morning.
Well, I'll tell you what, JD, congratulations. Go enjoy the victory. Get some rest. We'll see you Thursday back here for a championship.
I'm excited for it. Thank you.
Betcha. JD Burton joining us live here with Dalton Pennington, the head coach out of Doniphan. I'm telling you, the game of the tournament right now, but wait until Thursday at 3:30 when Doniphan takes on Greenville, and we're going to be here to cover that game live on Facebook and on YouTube. We'll throw it back to you, Tim, for just a moment, and we'll come back and we'll wrap it up right here on the postgame. turn it down. All right, so we are back here as we continue here in our post game, and what a performance here by both teams as Doniphan picks up the win. They will now play for the conference championship on Thursday at 3:30 against Greenville. And I'll tell you what, Sean, this has been a phenomenal day. Hats off to both teams. I know that Twin Rivers leaves out of here disappointed, but this game, man, it was so good to watch, and I knew going in this could be the game of the tournament, and it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it was a great game all around. You know, throughout the whole game, I actually kind of forgot that Twin Rivers was the 1 seed, right? It seems like they were playing catch-up the whole game, almost came back there at the end. Congrats to Doniphan. What a performance. What a game. Was super happy to be able to be a part of this with you up here.
Absolutely, and I just thank you again for being able to do this with me and have a lot of fun doing so. It was a blast. And I can't wait for the next time you and I get to do this again.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. I had a blast today.
Absolutely. Tim, great job today, my friend. I appreciate you, and we'll say so long. We'll wrap it up. Our sponsors here again at Day One Chiropractic, Neighbor's Towing, Scott Law Firm, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, also being brought to you by Countryside Chevrolet, Russians Towing, Henson Farm Supply, our friends at First Choice Insurance, Smith Mobile Homes, White's Trucking, also being brought to you by Twisted Arrow, Twin Rivers Booster Club, Southern Care and Comfort, also Stan Bader Trust, Cornell Trucking, White Sanders Funeral Home, also being brought to you by Christian Automotive and Tire, Hester Trucking, Liberty, Shooter Shack, Big 3 Athletics, and GYT 90. Third place coming up on Thursday. It is Naylor. It is Twin Rivers. 1 p.m. championship at 3:30 will feature Greenville and Doniphan, a 2 seed and a 5 seed. You'll be able to see all the action live right here on Facebook and on YouTube. For our station manager, our sales manager, Tereska Stockton, our general manager, John Rice, Tim Hicks, who did a phenomenal job on the camera all afternoon. For Dr. Sean Nibby, I'm Frankie Castillo. We're saying so long this afternoon, as we'll be back on Thursday for the championship of the OFC title game between Greenville and Doniphan. You've been watching live coverage of the OFC Baseball Tournament. It is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair.